Wonderful friends, great friends, welcome you all for the study of this most divine, sublime Shastra, Yoga Vasishtha, Maha Ramayanam. Every Sarga, so many beautiful things it is communicating. Our job is to listen, outrightly accept them because they are said by the great saint sage Vasishtha to none other than Bhagavan Rama in the presence of great sages like Vishwamitra, Vyasa, Narada, Adi. What more authority required for us to verbatim accept what is said there? Then, in that, what jnanam aspect is there with which we have to change our goals, attitudes, intentions, and what kriya aspect is there for us to do as sadhana. When we do, then the purpose of this study, purpose of human life, purpose of Adhyatmika Jivana, called as elimination of bondage, called as dukkha, obtainment of moksha, called as sukha, permanent, will happen. May this click to us. Here we are studying the Sarga 54. In this Sarga, for Leela's Prashna, the Parabrahma Paramatma alone coming as Hiranyagarbha and doing this Srushti of his Manorajya. One point is set. Second is the Niyati is explained that the rules stay as they are, they don't change. Third is now today we will see as we reach to the Jivas, you and I, three types we are because of our habits, natures. Then three types of karma we do. Accordingly, the three types of phala comes to us. In that way, the what happens after marana depends on what we have done before marana. All that and our even praktana, sanchita, whatever put together guides us. So this knowledge when we have, our drushti will be vistruta. We won't be any more vague. We know what to achieve also. We know what to do for that also. This life with correct knowledge and practice is called Purushartha Yukta Jivana, which is solely in our hands. When we live like that, definitely the positive result of removal of all miseries, bondages, limitations will happen. Right, friends? Bhagavan Guru's Krupa continue on us along with this opportunity of studying Shastras, but also as the understanding sadhana siddhi. Here we are for 5 minutes. Do the Mangalacharana Shloka to tune ourselves to the Shastra, to Ramaji, to Vasishthaji, so that we are able to grasp. Om, Om, Om. ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ॐ यैरिमे गुरुभिः पूर्वम् ॐ श्रीराम राम रामेति ॐ ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदम् ओम परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्त ब्रह्म भक्ति योग धर्म विद्या आचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो अस्मत् गुरुभ्यो नमः। श्री रामचंद्र परब्रह्मणे श्री वशिष्ठ विश्वामित्र वाल्मीकि वेदव्यास वामदेव नारद आदि ब्रह्म विद्या योगवास्त महारामायण शास्त्राणाम आचार्येभ्यो नमः। श्री सरस्वती मात्रे नमः। संकल्पः तेषां सर्वेषां कृपानुग्रहेण उपनिषद योगवासिष्ठ महारामायणोक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधेन अस्मिन् क्षणे एव मोक्षकैवल्य प्राप्त्यर्थं श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणेतिहास सन्तवाङ्मयोक्त साध्य साधनानुभव सिद्ध्यर्थं तत्रोक्त ऋषिमुनिगुरुदेवता दर्शनानुग्रहानुभव प्राप्त्यर्थम सनातन धर्मस्य विश्वव्याप्ति विश्व आध्यात्मिक प्रगत्यर्थम धर्म संस्थापकानां नित्य निरंतर दिग्विजयार्थम श्रीराम मंदिरवद शिव कृष्णादि समस्त मंदिरादीनां पुनर्वाप्ते तेषु निरंतर शास्त्र अध्ययनादीनां द्वारा भारतवर्षस्य सनातन धर्मस्य बाह्याभ्यंतर शत्रुविघ्न शाश्वत समूल निर्मूलन पूर्वक भारतवर्षे विश्वे च अस्माद् क्षणादारभ्य वैदिक हिंद संस्कृतेः धर्म मोक्ष पुरुषार्थानां शाश्वतरूपेण सुसंप्रतिष्ठा अवाप्त्यर्थम् अस्यां कक्षायाम् आगतानां संकल्पित सत्कर्मसु दिग्विजयः तेषां हृदये परब्रह्मादीनां प्रति भक्त्यादीनां द्वारा जन्म साफल्यार्थम् अनेक शास्त्राणाम् अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मध्ये श्री वाल्मीकि महर्षि विरचित श्रीराम वशिष्ठ संवाद रूप श्री योग वासिष्ठ महारामायण स्मृति मोक्ष प्रकरण शास्त्रस्य पारायणम् अध्ययनं साधना प्रयत्नं मोक्षार्थं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। मंगलाचरण श्लोकाः। ओम यतः सर्वाणि भूतानि प्रतिभान्ति स्थितानि च यत्रैवोपशमं यान्ति तस्मै सत्यात्मने नमः। ज्ञाता ज्ञानं तथा ज्ञेयं द्रष्टा दर्शनदृश्यभूः कर्ता हेतुः क्रिया यस्मात् तस्मै ज्ञप्त्यात्मने नमः। स्फुरन्ति सीकरा यस्मात् आनन्दस्याम्बरे वनौ सर्वेषां जीवनं तस्मै ब्रह्मानन्दात्मने नमः। दिवि भूमौ तथाकाशे वैरन्तश्च मे विभुः यो विभात्यवभासात्मा तस्मै सर्वात्मने नमः। सत्यं ज्ञानमनन्तमेकमजरं नित्यं विभुं शाश्वतं प्रत्यग्ब्रह्मरसायनं सुखगनं पूर्णं परं पावनं स्वात्मज्योतिरनादिमध्यनिधनं मायाविलासैर्मुहुः विश्वाकारमपास्तमायमभयं वन्दे विशुद्धं पदं। ज्ञानादेवात्मनो मोक्षः न तु कर्मसमाधिभिः अज्ञातोऽसौ स्वसदृश्यं सृजत्येवेति कीर्त्यते। तस्मै श्रीगुरवे वसिष्ठमुनये नित्यं नमस्कुर्महे। विश्वामित्रमुनिं शरण्यमनघं भूयो नमस्याम्यहं। तस्मै वाल्मीकये श्रीगुरुतमगुरवे भूरिभावैर्नताः स्मः। पूर्णानन्दस्वभावः स्वजनहितकृते माययोपात्तकायः कारुण्यादुद्धिदीर्षुर्जनमनवरतं मोहपङ्के निमग्नम् आविश्यान्तर्वसिष्ठं बहिरभिकलयन् शिष्यभावं वितेने यः संवादेन शास्त्रामृतजलधिममुं रामचन्द्रं प्रपद्ये। ओम श्री रामचंद्र परब्रह्मणे नमः। श्री वशिष्ठादि ऋषिभ्यो नमः। श्री योग वासिष्ठ महारामायण शास्त्रम तृतीय उत्पत्ति प्रकरणम लीलोपाख्याने मरण विचारो नाम चतुःपञ्चाशत्तम सर्गः। श्री वशिष्ठ उवाच श्रीदेवी उवाच। So very good question, equally important answer. That death of her husband. From that starting the question to the basics questions which we never ask, Leelaji enters. She asks a question that how come the heat in the fire, how come the coolness in the ice is equal to how everything is in its own way. The wind and its blowing, Akasha and its spaceness. How come? This is the question. सब आ गया उसमें, पूरा ब्रह्मांड के बारे में, सृष्टि के बारे में, everything. Mother Saraswati answer giving. This answer is told to us right from childhood in our past days. That's why we in those days have that habit of seeing everything as God, and anything happening is it is Ishwarech. That is why we never had so many mental worries and vagaries those days. Because with these two thoughts, ये सब परमात्मा है, सब परमात्मा का करतूत है, All questions used to get cut asunder. All mind's tensions used to go away. Only two more things. What you are supposed to do, ye wala. What is your goal, wo wala. That's how the life was so smooth. This knowledge is absent, therefore we are asking the questions and not wanting to have the answer, not wanting to accept it. This is the answer. We are not exposed to this, therefore we are not understanding this, not accepting this. And the other answer is not correct answer. Therefore, we are endlessly in miserable condition. About the happenings, about the world, that why and why and why, whiling, how and how and how, howling, that's going on. That is the internal misery. Nobody answers your question outside. Even if somebody answers, you won't take it. But inside you are bogged up. Inside you are bothered. Inside you are always in your mind. Worries, tensions, broodings. But after understanding this, there's a relaxation. जैसा ईश्वर का माया चल रहा है, लीला चल रहा है. He gave me a role to play. Let me play that role. Oh well. The goal is to reach back him in that pristine form. For that also, there is a roadmap. If these things are understood and we follow, life becomes easier and smoother. These are to be given importance, not anything else. And then everything else we are giving importance and not to this. There we are deluded, confused, that we have to rectify. Purpose of all Shastras is to rectify our delusions and confusions by replacing our stupidity, ignorance with the knowledge, wisdom. Okay, some we have seen lot of this discussion. Maha Pralaya Sampattau. At the time of Maha Pralaya, Sarva Artha Astamaye, when everything goes into oblivion, Ananta Akasham Ashantam Sad Brahma Eva Vatishtati. Beginning from there, only pure Brahman. That Brahman, who is Sat Chit Swarupa, Chidakasha Rupa, Sat Swarupa. Tat Chidrupataya Tejah Kanohamiti Chetati. He is a pure consciousness. Out of that consciousness, at one spot, he imagines to be the knower. That knower is the one which starts the Jiva Bhava at our level to Ishvara level also. That knower is called Jnata. Then he has to have something to know. Therefore, the Gneya Vastu projected. वही Maya Shakti का खेल है. Once you the known, you have a desire for it. Then called Ichha. Once you have desire, you have to do the karma, karot. In our case, we desire and we act and we get sukha dukkha, we do the bhoga. In Ishvara's case, janati ichhati karoti, but not as the karta bhokta jiva. Therefore, his knowing, his sankalpa, his creation doesn't bind him. Who is jiva? Remember these four words. जानती इच्छति करोति भुंक्ते. जानता है, इच्छा करता है, काम करता है, फल भोगता है. That feeling is jiva bhava in us. When all these three four are dropped, we realize Brahman. And for janati, we need buddhi. So we do the identification buddhi. First it is projected, we identify. For ichha, we need to have the mind. Therefore, we project the mind and get identified with it. Then for doing, we have to have the karmendriya, jnanendriya and sharira. Therefore, we project it, them and do the karoti. And to enjoy also, we need jnanendriya, karmendriya, antakarana. We enjoy it. So this whole tamasha, which is out of our ignorance, delusion, projected and we are holding on to it, is a cause of not realizing the Brahman, therefore getting bound to them. थोड़ा माइंड में रख लेना. देन व्हाट तत् छिद्रूपतया तेज कणोमिति चेतति. अपने आप को तेज कण ही थॉट. देन एग्जांपल स्वप्ने संविद्यता अहित्वम आकाश गमन. You know, in dream, there is nothing. You only with you, the inner consciousness only done the kalpana of the akasha and the pakshi rupa and gamana of the pakshi in the akasha, or projection of bhumi, and on the bhumi the snake is crawling. Where is snake? Where is earth? Where is akasha? Where is pakshi? Are they not only projected in our own inner chit swarupata? We are conscious of them. So in the consciousness, they are projected in dream. Same way, Ishvara, out of his consciousness, he did the Kalpana that he is the Cheto Kanaha, Teja Kanaha. Then that Teja Kanosau Sthulatvam Atmanam Atmani Vidyati. He just projected the Stulata in himself only. The Stulata is projected only. And that in Taittiriya the Upanishad we know from this Maya Shakti, the Akasha se Agni, Vayu, Agni, Jala, all this Stula. अब वो सब repeat नहीं करेंगे यहाँ. You all know it by now. In this way, the Stula is projected Brahmanda. Then Asatyameva Satyavam Brahmandam Tadidam Smurtam. Therefore, the entire Brahmanda, all this is nothing but Asatyam, but appearing to be Satya. That is how Bhagavan is giving that projection and giving appearance, Satta to that projection. Because he is Satsarupa, he is supplying the Satta. Therefore, they are appearing to be real. They are appearances, but appearing to be real because of the reality behind. But from the reality standpoint, on the reality, they are projected only. This much we have seen. Then what? Tatra antar brahma tadveti. Brahma ayam aham iti atha. Identifying with that Brahmanda, now he has become Brahmanda Nayaka, the Brahma Deva. Then, once he has become that, with his Antakarana, with his Maya Shakti, he did the Manorajyam Kurute. He started doing Manorajya. His Mano Sankalpa Manorajya is everything happening in this world. Swatma evam tad idam jagat. Therefore, this entire jagat basically is Paramatma. Only through his Maya Shakti. Playing his Manorajya of appearing as so many, he is playing singly Ekapatra Aneka Rupa Avinayanam. This is a very crucial thought. He alone is playing as everything. So, in this world, at that highest level, है ना, not lower level में आते हैं तो rules regulations बदलते हैं. We have to avoid by them. At the higher level, both the seer and seen he is playing. Doer done, he is playing the play. Enjoyer and enjoyed, he is the playing the play. यहाँ तक कि the killer and killed also is he only playing the play. The highest thing. Is the killer existing? Yeah, that existence is Paramatma. Remove the existence from the killer, is he there? No. Therefore, who is the killer? Paramatma. Is the killed existing? Yeah. Whose is that existence? Paramatma. Remove the existence of the killed. Is he there? No. Therefore, who is appearing there as the killed? That also is Paramatma. Killing action also Paramatma. That is how Paramatma Tattva we have to slowly realize. Take time and very silently, secretly in your own chamber. Having sufficiently heard Shastra Vedanta, gain the knowledge, decide that मुझे अपने ध्यान कक्षा में इन सबका अनुभव में लाना है. No need to share with anyone. You do your sadhana, report to your guru. If you have someone, he will tell you yes, you are on the right path. Or if you have any doubt, you ask him, he will tell you. Keep moving all alone in your inner spiritual journey. आउट से जो नाटक के करना है करो, पर दिल पे मत लेना. इनसाइड केवल साधना इस तरह. That's a healthy advice. Thereafter what happened? Manorajyam sakurute swa atma eva idam tad jagat tad idam jagat. Therefore, it is his manorajya. And then that is how his Satya Sankalpa alone is Sankalpa, which is Mana, supported by his Satta, Satyata, he is making this whole world appear to be real. So, in this way, having done this, now he is just cutting short the whole topic. Because Rama is so mature, he need not be told any mini details. Samadhar ko ishara kafi. So once the Brahma Deva started doing his Manorajya, so Shuddha Brahman, he has become Tejokana, he has projected Stulata, he identified with it, he became Brahmadeva. Having done that, he did this Manorajya. Thus, this entire universe is परमात्मा's मनोराज्यम. यहाँ तक एक हो गया. सेकंड पॉइंट कि तस्मिन, in this Manorajya play of Paramatma, Hiranyagarbha, Brahmadeva, Pratamatah Sarge, in the first time of the Sarga, whenever it was, we can't calculate. Pehla Srishti kab hua? This is an unanswerable question. Because for this Srishti, the earlier was cause, earlier was cause, earlier was cause. That way it is going on. Therefore, you cannot give a beginning to it. One answer can be given, it is just projected, it is not real at all. That is the ultimate conclusion anyway. So, Tasmin Pratamataha Sarge, in the first of the creation, Ya Yatha Yatra Samvidaha Kachitaha. Whatever, wherever, in whichever form, the Paramatma's Sankalpa was that these things should be like this, like this, like this. Taha tatha tatra stitaha adya abhi nischalaha. So all those things and their characteristics, their rules and regulations, as projected by the Lord in the beginning, they are continuing even now. What He has projected. So He said the earth should rotate around itself and revolve around the sun. It is going on. He said the wind should move like this. It is. The water should come down. It is. The fire should go up. That is all. He has set it to be like that. That's how the play and Manoraja is Brahmanda going on. याद रखो इस बात. Any game you have to play, two things. One, you have to make the rules. Second, you have to follow the rules. Cricket. You have to make rules and follow. Then only there is maja in that sport. Otherwise, that pitch is not 22 yards, it is 70 yards. अब कौन डालेगा बॉल उतना दूर से? Yeah, it is only 10 yards. You will hit the face of the fellow. It is fixed, universal, as long as that sport exists. You have to play. So to the ऐसा जाए तो 4 run, ऐसा है तो 6 run, ऐसा हो तो out to in. No. These are all rules. You have to abide. For the sake of convenience, sometimes the rules are changed, but everybody will follow them again. Same way, as in the first Srishti, the things are made, they are continuing. Two things are what? Whatever is happening is not new. Every time in the Srishti, it is going on like that right from the beginning. Second is important. That all this is the Hiranyagarbha's Manoraj. Therefore, all is he who decides all the rules, regulations here, abide by it. Second is at the higher level, it is his Manorajya, it is not even reality. But he being so powerful in his Sankalpa Shakti, he projected his Manorajya, appearing to be so real that a small little intellectual you and I have taken this to be so real and got caught up and not able to come out. भगवान ने इस कल्पित जगत को ऐसे सत्य के रूप में दिखने का मजाक किया या मजाक किया कि हमको सत्य लगकर फंस रहे. एग्जाम्पल दैट द प्रोड्यूसर डायरेक्टर एक्टर्स कितना बैठ के मीटिंग्स करके डिस्कस करके द एंटायर मूवी रियलिस्टिक लगने की तरह डोंट दे प्लान एंड एवरी ऑफ देयर एक्शन शूटिंग्स कटिंग्स एडिटिंग्स बदौलत outcome the seers of that movie take it to be so realistic, especially the actors on stage. देर हाव भाव देखकर आपने अभी तक जिंदगी में दिन में 3 के हिसाब से आपके 35 हजार दिनों में आपका 100 साल है तो 35,000 दिन होगा ना. यू मस्ट हैव सीन एटलीस्ट 3 लाख मूवी या 1 लाख सिनेमा तो देखे होंगे कम से कम. बोला तो माफ करो. डिड यू एवर हैव एनी सेकंड डाउट while seeing the hero and his actions, anything other than the story? कभी लगता है कि दिस फेलो इज डिफरेंट बट ही इज एक्सप्रेसिंग दैट रोल? थॉट एक बार भी आता नहीं बिकॉज वी आर एंग्रोस्ड इनटू इट सो मच. व्हाई? व्हेन दैट हीरो एक्टेड लाइक दैट, ही इज laughing when there is a humor and his anger when situation demands are so natural and realistic. लगता है को रियल. तो some actors and these people with their little rehearsal and capacity can mesmerize us to accept the things happening to be real and we go through those emotions. What to talk about Anantara Shaktiman, Sarvantaryami, Paramatma's Shakti to project this world and wheel us, make us accept it as reality. That is the meaning of Maya, taking the world as real. When we surrender to Him, Bhagavan gives such a sharpest of the intellect that we are able to catch the substratum. When the substratum is seen, all projected goes. That's called Maya Metam Taranti. We have to relate that Gita to this. A outcome of this knowledge. Therefore, तस्मिन् प्रथमतः सर्गे या यथा यत्र संविदः कचिताः ताः तथा तत्र स्थिताः अद्यापि निश्चलाः. And any number of srishtis come, those basic things remain the same. In that, all things come now. The minute things like why the fire is hot and the water is falling down or the ice is cold too, all the आगे जो बताने वाले हैं कि what सुख दुखास we are getting, what स्वर्ग नरकास we are getting, what जन्म मरणास, what मोक्ष, ये सब भी जैसे हम करते हैं वैसे भरते हैं, वो रूल जो भगवान ने सेट किया अकॉर्डिंग टू दैट. सो यू अबाइड बाय इट. दिस इज हाउ इट इज. I liked this thought so much, giving so much relief and relaxation. One, no more worry about the world because he is playing the play, Unka Manoraj. And about ourselves also, no more worries. Know what you are and know what you have to do it. And know the ultimate goal to be the reality, never forget it. Baki Sara, if you value, it binds you. What are the other things? So many things. The labha, hani, jaya, parajaya, shatru, mitra, humiliation, insult, respect. ये सारे when you value, they are there. When you don't value, बैठो घर में. How does it matter somebody recognize or doesn't recognize? As long as you are walking your inner spiritual path. When you don't value, you are not bound. People value it. So many things. They want to go to picnic, they want to see the new places. अरे जिसने वेदांत समझा उनको पता है ये सारे भौतिक कल्पित हैं. इनमें जितना भी देखो टेम्पररी एन्चेंटमेंट इट इज एनीथिंग. दैट्स व्हाई ही राइजेस अबव ऑल दिस and gives importance for abiding in the truth. After abiding in the truth, he will teach that only, but to abide in the truth for that inner purity, etc. In the same world projected, there are so many sadhanas to be done. He does them, but he doesn't want any outer result. He wants only inner purity. With that, he realizes self. Same way he teaches others. That's what all Shastras. शास्त्रों में तीन ही बातें में बताते हैं ना. वन, don't do those actions by which you are bound in the world. Two, do all those things by which your antakarana becomes shuddha. Three, with the shuddha antakarana, no reality, abide in it, get moksha. सीधी मार्ग, सीधा मार्ग, सीधा पाथ. जो समझा, जो फॉलो कर रहा है, उनका बात बन गया बस. बन गया बस उनका. वाह, may we reach to that level. Then, yad yatha spuritam chittam tat tata hyatma chit bhavet swayameva niyamataha tat tat syat neha kinchana. Therefore, has his chitta done sankalpa, so the world is there. Therefore, the existing world is not independent. It is Ishvara sankalpa. Then we are also being the amsha of the Ishvara, either by asking him by his grace or by taking his permission or by following the rules. Whatever little Shakti we have, we can do Sankalpa, we can also project the things. Basic things we cannot, but from that. Like as I told you yesterday, the Lord made the tree. That Lord himself is in me too. Isn't it? Therefore, he thought of making out of the log of wood, let us say, chair and table. Isn't it? So this chair and table made by me, by whose permission? It is Ishvara only. They maybe or may not be there in the past. Like आजकल के सारे इलेक्ट्रॉनिक पहले नहीं थे. So that doesn't mean that therefore the Ishvara is not Samartha, he did not do all this. No, even now it is Ishvara only functioning through each individual to think and do the projection of all these things, production of all these things. ऐसा समझना है हमको. In short, in this world, nothing is happening on its own. It is Ishvara who has set it and is maintaining it, managing it. That's why na cha nama na kinchitvam yujyate vishwarupinah. That is what. Tyaktva samasta samsthanam hematishthati vaikatham. Yesterday's thought was so powerful. As much the world is not independent of Paramatma, so much the Paramatma is also not independent of world. In a sense, in him, the world remains as unmanifest time way at the time of Pradaya. Same thing gets manifested. At the same time, when it is manifesting or unmanifesting, one important thing we have to catch is he is as it is without changing. ये चीज ही बुद्धि को समझ में नहीं आता क्योंकि in the world we see when something happens, from whatever it has happened, that gets changed, isn't it? In case of Paramatma, he without changing an iota himself appears as that. That is called a vivarta. What is vivarta? Remaining as he is, appearing something. Some example, like thread remaining as it is. Because when it is woven through that whatever machine, is it not appearing as cloth? The cloth is vivarta of the thread. What is vivarta? Thread remaining as it is, appearing as the cloth. You know? Any of the other things, example of gold and ornament, all of that you can see. But in case of gold, etc., it gets melted, then it gets mounted. उसमें उतना परिवर्तन है, परब्रह्म में वो भी नहीं है. How is it possible? That is called agatita ghatana patiyasi maya. That is the power of his maya shakti. And that is why you see, in every loka, in every of the yoni, anybody, anytime, with the due sadhanas, he can realize Brahman. How come? Because the Brahman is intact. That is a subtlety. Somebody is sitting in the pani and meditating, he will realize Brahman. Hare, how come he realized Brahman in pani? Because pani is the expression of Brahman only. But that expression of pani has not disrupted or changed the Brahman. He is there as it is. ये फिर बहुत सूक्ष्म है वो, वहां तक फिर कभी. इतना तो समझ में आ रहा है ना. ईश्वर also in him in an unmanifest form has this whole world. Now this thing makes us drop the unnecessary rigidities. One rigidity is what? Therefore the world should not be there. And world should not be there means what? It should not be there for you to bind because you are valuing it. Other than that, the Ishvara expresses the world without himself changing, playing. वो खेल रहे हैं, तुम क्यों चिंता कर रहे हो? एक ज्ञानी never objects to the expression of the world. He knows everything is Brahman, he is not bound. ये वाला जो rigidity हमारा चला जाता है. Isn't it? Like the mirage water appears like water. Let it appear. तुम अपने अकल से जानो कि वो पानी नहीं है. बात खत्म. No, it should not appear. अरे that conditioning also is bondage. The freedom is what? Let everything be as it is. But I have risen above the outer names and forms and inner faculties, and I have seen what is that one which is playing, the play both of the seer and seen. ये है हमारा चैलेंज. नेक्स्ट कि सर्गादौ स्वयमेवान्तः चिद्यथा कचितात्मनि हिमाग्न्यादितयाद्यापि सा तथास्ते स्वसत्तया. See, sarga adau. In the whichever the first sarga, swayameva antachit of the Ishvara in his own chitta, yatha kachita atmani. In himself, whatever things he has projected with their qualities. A thing projected, its quality is protected, its influence projected, its time duration is projected, and in it the inherent manifestations. Whatever he has done, he all of that he continues eternally, all the time, as long as our drishti is on the srishti. Example, Hima Agnyataya. The snow will always be cold. You can't find a hot snow. So to the fire it will always be hot. You cannot find a cold fire. In this way, Hima Agnita Aditaya Adyapisa Tata Aste Swasattaya. It is Ishvara Satta supporting behind that the rules, regulations that are made, they continue. So Agni projected, Agni mein Dahaka Shakti projected. Then that Dahaka Shakti and the Agni, they are always there for supporting the Rupa. But they are unmanifest for the Rupa to continue. And whenever the Rupa has to disappear, the Agni takes away the Agni Tattva from that particular object. That's why that object loses its Rupa. Like a Kagaj Lelo. Kagaj is tangible, substantial. It has a Rupa. How come? Because in that there is an Agni. Unmanifest form. Unmanifest, but it is there. Supporting the Rupa. When that Rupa should not exist, what will happen? Of that Kagaj, the supporting Agni Tattva is consumed by Agni when you expose it to the fire. Then what is happening? Rupa chala gaya uska. Of that Kagaj, कहाँ चला गया वो रूप? जिसने दिया अग्नि तत्व वो ले लिया अपने में. In that way, even those rules, everything, like the seed, how it has to sprout से लेकर, how it has to become a big tree से लेकर, उस tree में wherever the branches have to come, and to which branch which leaf has to come, and when it comes in the beginning it's tender, then it grows, it becomes harder, then after some time it gets dried up, then it falls and again becomes one with the earth. ये जो नियति है चली रही है वो, it's called नियति. And while it is there, from its tenderness to driedness, whatever it has to do as a photosynthesis, etc., to support the tree, it will do and die. So too, the 10 leaves wala what show secondary डाली. इस तरह 3-4 secondary डाली वाला main डाली और इसे 4-5 main डाली वाला trunk को support करने वाला roots. All of them exist, each one existing to support the later one. Finally, all of them are to support the Jiva Koti there. This is how the Niyati made. When that's not required, the tree will fall. Tree का सारे चीजें निकल जाते. Expand it to the entire universe, entire भूमंडला. जब तक जरूरत है चलता रहेगा, नहीं है तो सब निसाल हो जाएगा. That जरूरत is ईश्वरास मनोराज्य and जीवास आवश्यकता. So these are the things when we try to grasp, intellect gets subtle and sharper. These knowledges are very rare. They are not taught in any academic educational institutes. वहाँ कोई फिजिक्स केमिस्ट्री पढ़ाते हैं, नौकरी कर, पैसे कमा. That is only their job. More than that they cannot. Next, tasmat. Therefore, swasatta santyagaha satah kartum na yujyate yada chidaste teneyam niyatirna vinashyati. Very interesting, deep thought it is. Two ways it is. The world won't change, it remains same because Satta is supporting. And Satta, the Chit Paramatma ka Satta, Paramatma ka Satsvarupta, it cannot disappear because it is what is supporting the world. वो disappear हो गया तो world कहाँ रहेगा? The world cannot disappear because it's supporting by the Satta. Satta cannot be disappearing because it has to support the world. For Ishvara Leela, for our own experiences and ultimate sadhana. So in this way, this chapter is talking about these things continuously happen in that Ishvara's Manorajya cannot be changed, therefore Niyati. It's called Niyati. Okay? Yad yatha kachitam tatra vyomarupyapi parthivam sargadau tasya charitum adhyayavanna yujyate. This is another subtle thought. Yad yatha kachitam tatra vyoma rupi api parthiva. See, in the beginning of creation, the vyoma alone is Kalpita as the Prithvi. This is our Vedantic Shastra Jnanam. कि जो सॉलिड पृथ्वी दिख रहा है, basically it is पृथ्वी, आकाश only. And that's how it was projected for the Prithvi, again to support the Jiva. So Sargado, Tasya Chalitum Adya Yavat Na Yujyate. That will continue in that way. As long as the Ishvara wills, nobody can change it. In the same way, Ya Yatha Chit Prakachita Pratipaksha Vidam Vina Nasa Tatah Prachalati Vedana Bhyasatah Swayam. It means what? Even न सा तत् सॉरी या यथाचित प्रकचिता प्रतिपक्ष विदम विना न सा ततः प्रचलति वेदनाभ्यासतः स्वयं. It means what? In this way, या यथाचित प्रकचिता प्रतिपक्ष विदम विना न सा ततः प्रचलति वेदनाभ्यासतः स्वयं. This very crucial subtle thought कि as it is projected by the Ishvara, the Samashti Jiva Koti also is going on doing the sankalpa of it to be like that only for their own purposes. Therefore, the world is remaining as it is because we don't do the opposite thought of it. Even if we do the opposite thought of it, it won't change for one individual's sake. Means what? When the Lord made Agni and gave it the burning capacity, all Jivas accepted it. Thus they are using that fire for cooking, etc. सब एक्सेप्ट कर रहे, वो चल रहा है वो गाड़ी. If somebody says no, the fire should be cold at least in the summer, because I am cooking in the kitchen, it is so hot, let the fire give me cool breeze. Because of one fellow's acceptance, it won't happen. तो यहाँ क्या कहते हैं? या यथाचित प्रकचिता. Wherever, whatever the way, the chit is prakachitam is kalpita by the Ishvara in this and that form, in this that form of the object, with those gunas, pratipaksha vidam vina, without any opposition. Nasa tatha prachalati. It won't change from its own position. Vedana abhyasatah. So it means because the abhyasa of it was going on, going on, going on, going on. And always there are conditions apply. Some yogis, be attentive, who are of the highest level of conquering the Prakriti, again, of course, with the Ishvara Prasada, Ishvara Kripa only, they can transcend this. They go beyond. Therefore, in the coolest Himalayas also, in between the Baraf Bari, they'll have sweat. Sweating, Arre? In the Sardi mein, yeah, they'll have. And put them in the Panchagni beach mein, वो तो कांपेंगे सर्दी से. You know, that is by his willpower, it is Yoga Shakti. Some individuals can do that. Because all this has projected, then it can be rejected also. One can transcend it also. Some very rare beings. So to pull, earth pulls all of us. We have to fall down. But there is one yogi who has done the specified yoga sadhanas. Then he levitates. Ashtasiddhi Navanidhi ke data. Everybody can but may not. That yogi has done it. When you follow those rules. So जब तक उसके लिए प्रतिपक्ष नहीं होता है, जब तक उसका वेदना अभ्यास होता है, तब तक whatever sankalpa done by the Lord of the Srishti, it continues to be like that. In that everything comes, as we told, the Janma, Marana, Sukha, Dukkha, Labha, Nijra, Pairajya, उनके लिए जो जो रूल्स है वो बनते हैं, वैसे ही चलते हैं. Including when I sow mango seed, mango tree only will come. मुझे mango cultivate बनानी है, but I don't have mango seed. Chiku I have. So let me sow the chiku seed and get a mango tree. It won't happen. That niyati is what is set by the Lord. Because of that only there is system. There the whole thing is going on systematically. If that niyati is not there, that ऐसा ही होना है, then the whole world will be chaotic. फिर game पूरा गड़बड़ हो जाता है. That's why when you watch any of the sports, football, वो एम्पायर्स वगैरह इतना स्ट्रिक्ट होते हैं वो लोग, नियति. Because of strictness, then the game goes on smoothly. So too, the coaches, the players, all of them are mature to understand rules, regulations. They abide. That is why the sport is giving that joy. And whenever the rules broken, out हुआ तो भी नहीं दिया, नहीं हुआ तो भी दिया, और then सारा chaotic हो जाता है कि नहीं. That is what is about the Srishti we slowly have to understand. Then what? Ki Jagadadau, fine, though the conclusion is very punchline. अब इतना कहकर हमें एक लिफ्ट करके एक लेवल पे अभी पूरा निकाल दे रहे हैं. कहते हैं जगदादौ अनुत्पन्नम यच्च इदमनुभूयते तत् संवित व्योमकचनम स्वप्न स्त्री सुरतम यथा. These are all you are seeing the world, you are experiencing it, you are asking question with your frustrated frowning face to satisfy you. I told you. Vaashishtha or Saraswati Mata is telling. But there is higher truth. What is it? Jagat Adau Anutpannam. Never ever the Jagat is created. उत्पत्ति नहीं हुआ जगत का, कल्पना हुआ जगत का. Therefore जगत का कभी नाश नहीं होता, विकल्पना होता है. Therefore in the Jagat we are bound is an imagination. A removal of that imagination is called moksha. Like as we see in our Vedanta class regularly, when you see the rope, snake never goes away. Then snake was real, that notion goes away. Snake was there, that notion goes away. Because snake was never there, it was projected only. सांप रज्जु को देखते हैं सांप भाग गया, नहीं होता. सांप नहीं भागेगा क्योंकि है ही नहीं वो. अगर है तो जाता नहीं है. Just like as long as you saw the snake, still the substratum rope, being reality, stayed intact or not. You have not seen the rope, yet it remained because it is the truth. Snake you projected because you gave projection, you projected and you gave reality, it appeared. But once you realize the rope, the reality, the snake is realized was never there because two realities cannot be. है कि नहीं? आधा तो रज्जु दिखा रज्जो, बाकी आधा भी सांप है, ऐसा नहीं होता हो. Up to half of the rope I have erased, but the second half is very terrible. With the snake with its tail, it is biting me or hitting me. ऐसा होता है क्या? Therefore, this is the highest truth. Jagad adau anutpannam. Projection. The difference between creation and projection, if you can catch it, you got the Vedanta. Like to the parents, the children are created. They have separate life. They are growing and all. But in the water, the wave is not created. Because the wave is not separately growing by itself without the water. So relation between wave and water is wave is projected on water, wave is not created by water or on water. Isn't it? Because that is never separate from this thing which is from which it has come out. So too, the pot is not created out of the mud, it is projected. In the same way, entire universe has Sat and Chit all the time, everywhere. Therefore, on the Sat and Chit, which is Paramatma, the world is not created, it is projected. Therefore, what Jagat is Ado Anutpannam. कभी आदो मीन्स पहले, वो तो कभी उत्पन्न हुआ ही नहीं वो. यच्चैदमनुभूयते, then I am experiencing it. No, that संविद व्योम कचनम. संविद व्योम मीन्स चिदाकाश. तो चिदाकाश अपनी शक्ति से, कचनम मीन्स संकल्प, कचनम मीन्स प्रोजेक्शन. The Chidakash ka projection say this whole Jagat is appearing. It is not real. Example is given in the Swapna. You see the world, you interact with the world, you experience it. But all of that is never there. Sometimes the experience of the Swapna are so realistic. You really feel the pain that accident via somebody is beaten. Or you really feel the joy of eating that sweet. जागृत जगत से ज्यादा वो अनुभूति हमको लगता है कि व्हाट ए स्वीट यू मेड, थैंक यू करके. यू रियली, वाटर कम्स फ्रॉम द टंग एंड यू आस्क फॉर वन मोर थिंग. or any such experience. Has it really happened? When you wake up and see, where is that whole scenario or situation? या जिस बेड में आप सोए थे, उस जगह पे आपने पूरा दुनिया का घूमकर ये वो करके सब अनुभव पाने का देखा. You have to, when you wake up, it must be there, no? Or to whichever the place you have gone, you call them and say, यार कल रात को मैं आया था and I gave you this gift and you gave me that gift. Where is it? But didn't we feel it is real? That is called projection. This knowledge, when it deepens, and then accordingly, when we stop giving reality to the world, the consequence of that is not running behind the world, then the mind becomes calm, quiet. When the mind is calm and quiet, we become meditational worthy. On the seat of meditation, we just transcend all these projected upadhis from sthula to the sukshma. Then, when we trace to the karana of everything, substrate of everything, there is nothing but hridaya, and in the hridaya, there is nothing but Chidakash. Chidakash hi hridaya hai. In that Chidakasha Hridaya only the Sankalpas. The Sankalpas, gratification, step by step is called the Vijnanamaya Kosha, the Manomaya Kosha, the Pranamaya Kosha, the Annamaya Kosha. As it is happening in me, so in the whole cosmos. अब देखो ये वाला विद्या को मैं मास्टर करना है. पहले डिजायर रखो मन में. Take your own time and give your time. One day that will come to our understanding. So up to this we have seen. है ना. असत्यमेव सत्याभम प्रतिभानमिदं स्थितम इति स्वभाव संपत्ति ही इति भूत अनुभूतयः. These two shlokas are panch shlokas. First one is a Jagad Adau Anutpannam. Never ever Jagat is really created. Yachaidam Anubhuyate, what I'm experiencing, that Samvit Vyoma Kachanam. That's all projection by Chidakasha. Example is given. Second shloka, therefore, asatyam eva. When it's not real, you can say that it is unreal. When it is unreal, asatyam eva. फिर भी सत्य आभम. आभा means लगना दिखना. सत्य के रूप में लगना दिखना. प्रतिभानम idam स्थितम. This is of the jagat, though unreal, is standing in front of us as real. In between the real and unreal is appearance. The non-existing jagat appearing to be real. Non-existing called as asat, appearing as mithya, real is we take it as real. So asatya, mithya and satya. And in this world, truth is only one, that is Parabrahma Paramatma. The entire jagat is asat, mithya. And for the asatyam, some examples our gurus, rishis give. Like the horn of a hare, rabbit ke singha. There is a word you uttered, rabbit ke sing karke. You can project a thought in your mind. But do you find an object like that? You don't know. It's called असत्य. असत्य मीन्स जिसके लिए तुम शब्द यूज करते हो लेकिन करस्पॉन्डिंग वस्तु नहीं है. They give अंध्या पुत्र example. They give आकाश पुष्प. These are called example for absolute non-existence asatya. And what is absolute existence? Pure Brahman only, which we have to realize. In between these two, असत होते हुए भी दिख रहे हैं. That is called as mithya, and that is the entire jagat. Therefore, Brahma Satyam Jagat Mithya. To that Mithya Jagat, when we are giving reality, we are in samsara. When we don't give reality and understand it as Mithya, we are out of samsara. Then we know that it is not even existing, and what is existing is Brahman, then we are liberated. So samsara, no samsara, and moksha. No samsara is not moksha. No samsara is you are taking the jagat as unreal. That's it. Moksha is when you realize the substratum, Aham Brahmasmi. These are the three stages that is said. Tomorrow we'll continue from this. 22वां श्लोक. सर्गादौ या यथा आरूढ़ा संवित कचन संततिः सा अद्यापि अचलिता अन्येन स्थिता नीति रुच्यते. अपि अचलिता अन्येन. By nobody, what is the niyati that is made in this world can be changed. That's called as niyati. Sthita niyati ruchyate. The definition of niyati will come. Tomorrow we'll study. Thereafter, some more explanation comes. Then The jivas are explained to be of three types, depending on the karma, the samskaras or nature or gunas. Accordingly, they do karma. As per that, their janma, marana, in between variety of bhogas, they come. This is how the world is made. Better you know it, and then in your own interest, for your reduction and removal of dukkha, and increasing and reaching of the highest sukha. These are the things not to do, these are the things to be done. Know it and do that. There you are. May our intellect get expanded. Let it take 5, 10, 20, 30 lives, doesn't matter. Because lagta hai. Because with so much of the buddhi, manas, ashakti we are here. आपको बैठ तो रहे हैं, but where is that सूक्ष्मता in the buddhi to grasp? Where is एकाग्रता in the मन? बॉडी खुद ही इतना चंचल है, इंद्रियास आर सीकिंग, जल्दी क्लास खत्म करो, मुझे घर गर्म पकौड़े बना के पत्नी को खिलाना है. So we are so busy in so many thoughts. How can you understand? So, an individual, when he studies Vedanta, one side, the knowledge becomes stronger. Second side, I want to experience that, the desire becomes stronger. Third side, to experience it slowly, we have to reduce our other unwanted involvements. Thus, the other side, the Vairagya grows. Then, when it goes on, going on, as a building 100 stories starts from the pillars, slowly getting built, उतना बड़ा बनता है. और any big dam is made or project is made, शुरू करके धीरे धीरे देखते हैं इतना बड़ा बनता है. So to धीरे धीरे through this regular study of shastras, manana, chintana, doing the due sadhana, we start evolving. In that process, in this life, we have come up to their level of listening to truth through the Upanishads and Shastras from the Gurus because of our Punya Phala, our Prarthana and Anugrah. अब इसको यहीं छोड़ के फंस जाओ जगत में, माया में, मोह में, ऑल ऑप्शन. नहीं नहीं नहीं, लेट मी बिकम मोर डीप, मोर इंटेंस, that you can do. And anything to scale higher, it is always little difficult and tapasya. To fall down, it is easy. To rise up, it is difficult. And one has to accept that. Accepting that all difficulties which we have to go through for evolution technically are called tapasyas or sadhanas. So be a tapasvi and be a sadhaka and be a yogi. Not a bhogi and rogi and samsari and dukhi. आपकी मर्जी है. थैंक यू. ओम पूर्णमदः. बोल श्री रामचंद्र भगवान की जय. धन्यवाद. From 23rd we have to see good sarga. It is opening up our intellect for higher understandings. Nothing is over. मत समझना कि आपने पूरा नहीं समझा, मेरे को समझ में नहीं आया. It's a gradual process. As it is heard once, twice, thrice, four times, luckily the texts are so big only for this reason that they come repeated, the same thoughts. So if this time we have missed it, with our journey conducted up to the next point, we have matured and evolved, that time we'll be able to understand. ऐसा शास्त्र श्रवणाध्ययन से, खासकर लंबे लंबे टेक्स्ट से हम इवॉल्व होते हुए we keep understanding those things which we were not understanding earlier. Same is sadhana. You start doing them, make a habit of it, then next level of sadhana, next level of sadhana. इस तरह ज्ञान की भी वृद्धि, साधना का भी वृद्धि, अनुभव का भी वृद्धि. Living life for that is called as the moksha purushartha. Using our purushartha samarthya for that is called wisdom. Misusing it for any other purpose is only proving our foolishness. Consequences, our own misery. ओम बोल श्री रामचंद्र भगवान की जय. वशिष्ठ भगवान की जय. सरस्वती मैया की जय. धन्यवाद.